WMBG, we are Williamsburg's radio station. You are officially in the Super Sound Showcase. My name is Ty Hodges, and I am super excited to welcome in the trio that is Nervous in the Tics. We have Andre, the Pope Francis. Andre, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
We have Nadia, the Queen Koz.
Hi, guys.
And we have Jon. I'm going to say, Jon, the Jon Smith.
How are we doing, Ty?
We are doing excellent as Jon dies a little inside.
He's used to it. It's okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine, ladies and gentlemen. So we were talking off air a little bit about concerts, and so I want to kind of go down the line here. I'll start with you, Andre. What is the best concert you've ever seen?
I would say Straylight Manifesto. They're a ska band, a ska punk band, and I actually broke my glasses there.
Nice.
Last year, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's a good
Sign of a
time.
good concert right there. Nadia, what about you?
My favorite concert that I went to was the Pixies that I saw last year at the Norva, and I was really happy that everyone was dancing. It's not very dancey music, but the crowd was just excited, and for me, that's like a really important part of being in a concert is like the energy of everyone in the audience. So that was fun for me. I didn't break anything, but it was still a good time.
I'm sure it was fine.
Yeah.
Jon, what about you?
I got to go with two of them. I went to a festival called HF Festival in D.C. when I was a senior in high school and saw The Offspring and The Cure and Cypress Hill and a whole bunch of people, and that was incredible because of the amount of people that were there. And then 3 years ago, I saw Buddy Guy and Johnny Lang, so two completely different genres. But it was a lot of fun.
All right, Jon, your mic appears to be dead, so we're not going to be coming to you for any more questions right now. We're going to work out those kinks in between the break. So I guess that means I'm posing this question to Nadia or Andre, unless you want to, one of you wants to shift your mic over to Jon. How did Nervous in the Tics come about?
So it was a really kind of just abstract coming together of the three of us. So me and Jon started going to the open mic night at Paul's Deli downtown, and for me, that was the first time I'd started playing out in front of people in a long time.
I've been playing there for a while, like a year or two.
Yeah, and so we met Andre there, and I think I was playing a Modest Mouse song.
Yeah.
And Andre recognized that, and he's like, I'm surprised that anyone has played a Modest Mouse song here. And so we were like, hey, let's start a band. And
yeah, that was pretty much it.
It wasn't like a cool story. It just kind of happened. And
Unless you like Modest Mouse, which they're great.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great band right there. And so what year was this about?
This was 2016, so it was only
that's like May or June.
Yeah.
Wow, so y'all are recent then, less than a year old then. You're babies.
We are. I feel like we've come a long way, though. Like, we work well together, sort of.
I'd like
Sometimes
to think
we
so.
just goof off, but like eventually we get the things done that we need to get done, and
It's kind of our whole dynamic.
yeah.
And so how is your style of music evolved? What do you consider your style?
Well, what we tell people now is folk punk because it's just kind of an easy way to categorize what we do.
I feel like Jon's actually added the most like variety to our sound, just because like Jon has his own like career and he plays blues and folk and all kinds of stuff, and adds a whole extra layer to it.
Yeah. So it's very, like, for me, I like the simple sound of, like, an acoustic guitar and singing, and then we have the bongos, so it's not, there's no, like, effects going on. It's just kind of, like, very raw, just us singing and playing. And to me, I think a lot of what folk punk music, to me, is like, the energy of the people playing together. It's a very kind of, like, free-spirited vibe, and I like that. I feel like we do pretty well with it, so.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to pose this next question to Andre and Nadia because I've already asked Jon this on his previous Super Sound Showcase appearance. How did you two actually get into music? When did you start playing?
Actually, I heard a Rage Against the Machine song when I was about 12 or 13. It was Bulls on Parade, and
nice.
I was like, I'd never heard anyone do that on guitar before, and I was like, I want to play music now, and I started playing guitar, and I got really bored. I just got so bored learning chords, and I was like, I don't want to do this, and I started playing drums. So I found out that drums were for me.
I appreciate the honesty there.
I have a good
I was
time with
12,
it.
Okay? I wanted instant gratification.
Do drums give you that? I guess they do.
Yeah,
you get to hit something
instant
really
gratification
Bang on
incarnate.
really hard. Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds good. Nadia, what about you?
So I started taking piano lessons when I was about 10, and I got really into learning like Scott Joplin songs and just memorizing these really lofty songs for a 10-year-old. But I felt so like when I would finish a song, I'd feel so accomplished. And I feel like that's something that when you're dedicated to playing music, when you finally have like a finished product, it's a feeling that you can't really describe. Like you just know that it was worth putting in the time and effort that you spent on it. So I started off with piano, and then I guess I turned into like an angry teenager and was like, I'm going to play guitar. And so that's what I did. I got a guitar for my bat mitzvah, and I just started playing that. My brother taught me some chords, and I went from there, did a lot of just like messing around with it in my room by myself, which I hear that a lot with guitar players. It's kind of like I isolated myself and learned how to play guitar. Yeah. And so that's how that happened.
And so which one, the song that you guys are going to be performing today, I don't want to give too much away up front because I'm going to ask you this before you actually play it, but who is the lyricist for this song?
That would
Me.
be
All right. And how nervous are you to actually debut this song on the radio? What I'm guessing is for the first time.
It is, yes, the first time. I'm not that nervous. I was before, but now I'm just like, we're here. It's enjoyable.
Same, honestly.
I'm really grateful that we get to be here, and I just also wanted to say thank you to Jen from Retro Daddy-O.
Yes, Retro
for giving
Daddy-O,
all of us
you.
musicians this opportunity, and Ty, and thank you guys for having us here.
Does that deserve some cowbell?
It does.
I think
Yeah.
that gets some cowbell right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so with that being said, we are going to give Nervous and the Tics time to set up. We're going to play one song, and when we are going to come back, we're going to hear some original music from Nervous and the Tics. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Super Sound Showcase on WMBG. Ladies and gentlemen, you are back in the Super Sound Showcase here on WMBG. I'm happy to report that we have rescued Jon the Don Smith from his dangerous tomb over there. He has a working microphone now.
Indeed.
And let the lovely listeners hear your voice, Jon. Let them hear.
Hi, lovely listeners.
Ooh. That's a thing
There
of beauty right
that's
there.
What we've been missing.
Yeah, that's what we've been missing. All right, so Nadia, tell us a little bit about this song that you guys are going to be performing.
Okay, well, this song is called Homesick Home, and this was written about a month ago. And I'd say this song is basically just about the feeling of nostalgia that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. For me, living in Williamsburg, I never thought that I would feel like this place was my home, but now it most undoubtedly is my home, and I kind of get this feeling when I come back here that I'm where I'm supposed to be. And so yeah, it's just kind of a song about nostalgia and my thoughts about that. So
it's beautiful. You know what? I don't know if I have anything particularly enlightening or anything like that to follow up for. So, are the three of you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's a resounding yes. So, with that being said, I am going to pot myself down. I'm going to pot them up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is some original music from Nervous and the Tics. You are listening to the Super Sound Showcase, brought to you by Retro Daddy-O in Williamsburg.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This year leaves fell. I dreamed that I was underground.
down the hall to the left, I hear the faucet drip. And I say to myself for the very first time, well, the house burned down, but I feel just fine. I'm homesick for a place I've never been, but wouldn't recognize it even if I stumbled through the door. This season left me hollowed out, but hollow things can always be restored.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nervous and the Tics here in the Super Sound Showcase on WMBG. That was very well done, you all. Very well done. So, wow, how does it feel to collectively have the radio performance done?
I don't know, it feels pretty good. It
Feel
feels
accomplished.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a slight sigh of relief there, I think, from all three of us in unison.
So. And also we played through the song.
Yes.
Stopping. So that's always like 99% of the battle.
That's a win right there. That is a win. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have enjoyed this edition of the Super Sound Showcase. Again, very grateful to Nervous and the Tics for joining us in studio today. Shout out to Retro Daddy for making all of this possible.
Retro Daddy-o.
Shout out to Jen over there. We know you're listening
Jen,
and or watching.
Hi, Jen.
We love it.
And we will be back next week with an all-new Super Sound Showcase. We will have the band Hootin' Annie performing live in studio, so you're not going to want to miss that. If you missed this performance and you want to relive the whole thing, go to abouttheburg.com. That video will be up later today. Any parting thoughts? Anyone?
I do just want to say that there's a lot of cool stuff coming up at Retro Daddy-o, and tomorrow Piranha is playing, which is Wyatt Baldwin's band with Dante Scott, and April 1st, Troy Breslow's playing in Retro, and then April 15th, Felicia Hoyos is going to be there, so there's a lot of cool stuff coming up.
A lot of familiar names.
Yeah.
A lot of Super Sound Showcase artists right there. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will get you back to the music. One short break, and then back to the hits right here on WMBG.